If you're a global CFO, you know that the world of corporate payments can feel like absolute chaos. It's this tangled web of disconnected systems, and honestly, it just drains resources and creates risk. So in this explainer, we're going to break down how you can turn that chaos into a seriously streamlined, strategic asset.
So I want to kick things off with a pretty direct question for every finance leader out there. Really think about your global operations for a second. Is it possible your payment channels are all over the place, quietly bleeding value from your business through hidden fees, delays, and unnecessary risk? It's a huge question because let's face it, what you can't see can definitely hurt your bottom line.
All right, so let's frame the core issue here. It's what we call the disconnected reality of global payments. And it's this sneaky problem that just grows and grows as a business expands, and it affects so many multinational companies. Visually, it kind of looks like this.
You know, the really wild part about this is just how common this mess is. You've got different entities, different countries, and each one has its own separate bank hookups, its own set of approval rules, and its own unique file formats. Now, this isn't just messy, it's incredibly inefficient. It leads to poor cash use, painful reconciliations, and a much bigger target for fraud. For a CFO, it basically means you're flying blind, with no real way to see all your outgoing cash in one place.
But this disconnected reality, it's not just some abstract idea on a flowchart, right? It really translates into actual daily headaches for your finance teams. Let's take a look at what that chaos really feels like on the ground.
Does this one sound familiar? I bet it does. Every single one of these connections is another technical problem, another administrative burden. It's just redundant work that keeps multiplying your costs and your complexity every single time you expand into a new market.
Oh, and this one perfectly captures that operational friction. When every region plays by different rules, payments just get stuck. You've got cash that should be out there working for you, but instead it's just sitting around waiting for a signature from someone in a completely different time zone. That hits your working capital efficiency hard.
And this one? This one hits you right in the P&L. Without one central view, it is next to impossible to know what you're really spending on bank fees around the world. And you can't optimize costs you can't even see, which just leaves you open to fee hikes with zero negotiating power. And right here, this is the ultimate strategic nightmare. When all your payment data is scattered to the winds, cash forecasting becomes a total guessing game. And that directly undermines a CFO's ability to make confident, smart decisions about capital and investments.
Okay, enough about the problem. Let's pivot and talk about the solution. It's time to talk about what it looks like to have a single source of truth, a central hub for every single one of your global payments.
The solution is called SAP Advanced Payment Management, or APM for short. Now, the best way to think about it is like a central nervous system for all your company's payments. It's an orchestration hub that pulls payment requests from all your systems, and I mean all of them, SAP or not, into one single place. It finally gives you that total control and visibility you've been looking for.
So how does it actually work? Well, it's a pretty straightforward four-step process. First, it just sucks in all payments into that one hub. Second, it gets smart using rules-based routing to pick the cheapest and best channel. Third, it takes all those chaotic approval workflows and standardizes them for speed and compliance. And finally, you get real-time tracking on these really clean dashboards. No more black boxes.
Now, that all sounds great, but talk is cheap, right? Results are what really matter. So let's look at the hard data, the proof of the kind of transformation that centralizing your payments can bring. Let's start with a number that every CFO absolutely loves to see. We're talking about a 30% average reduction in bank fees. And this isn't magic. It's the direct result of that intelligent routing we just talked about. It makes sure every single payment takes the most efficient path possible.
And what about speed? Just imagine taking a process that used to take 3 days and shrinking it down to less than an hour. That is the power of having harmonized workflows. Cash moves way faster, your suppliers are happy, and your team is finally free from chasing down endless approvals.
This table just lays out the before and after in perfect detail. But the most critical number here for any CFO is that bottom line. Liquidity accuracy jumps from a pretty shaky 60% to over 95%. How? Simple. By taking 15+ bank interfaces and consolidating them into just 3 hubs, by cutting approvals from days to under an hour, and slashing fees. That huge jump in accuracy, that's the foundation for real strategic finance.
And listen, this isn't just theory. Check out this real-world example. A huge multinational retailer operating in 28 different countries. They were juggling this messy web of 14 bank interfaces. By centralizing, they slashed that down to just 2. The results? A 25% drop in bank charges, 85% faster approvals, and for the very first time, the Treasury team had a single dashboard to see absolutely everything.
So, at the end of the day, this is about so much more than just efficiency. It is a fundamental shift in how you think about payments. Your entire payment operation transforms from this complex, fragmented cost center into a streamlined, powerful strategic asset for the whole business.
The big takeaway here is that a solution like APM lets a CFO finally build that single, intelligent payment ecosystem they need. And it's not just about saving money. It's about getting the accuracy, the compliance, and the agility you need to make faster, smarter decisions that are going to drive your entire business forward.
So as we wrap this up, I want you to go back and take a hard look at your own operations and ask that critical question. Is our payment system actually driving value, or is all its complexity quietly destroying it? The answer to that question is going to define your path forward.